What is your time worth? People always talk about that, like don't do XYZ tasks because your time is worth a lot more than that. Outsource it. Now, I'm all for outsourcing, don't get me wrong, but at what stage in your business does the phrase your time, what's your time worth, actually start meaning something meaningful? Because I'm on my walk again, and I was walking through a neighborhood where I used to sell a lot of my chairs to. So a few of my clients used to be along this street, and it got me thinking that about 8, 9, 10 years ago, I was selling custom designed chairs with fabrics that I designed. Now, looking back, my pricing was really a bit wonky. It was quite cheap. So I would do a custom chair. I might only make $200 profit out of it. Now, there's a lot involved in getting a custom chair done. So I had to get the frame, had to get to the upholsterers, had to print the fabric. There's a lot of logistics involved, had to get it delivered, all that stuff. And at the end of it, I came out with $200. Now, with my business brain on right now, I think, okay, that is not worth it. $200 for all that work. Come on, my time is worth more than that. But actually, 10 years ago, my time was not worth more than that because I was literally starting out. Every day I was making it up as I went along. I hadn't a clue really what I was doing beyond the design and the art. I knew what I was doing there, but all the other stuff of producing these beautiful chairs and these fabrics, getting it printed, I didn't know what I was doing. So in fact, that $200 was ample recompense for what I was learning on the job to do. So nowadays, of course, if I spent a whole week on something and only got $200, that definitely is not a good return on investment, and I wouldn't do it anymore. But back then it was really worth it to do this, and it was money that was almost investing in my education. So yes, eventually that business, I had to close it because it was barely breaking even, as you can imagine, with prices like that and margins like that. But my God, I learned so much on the job, and I knew when to get out quick enough. I took everything that I learned from doing those beautiful custom chairs, and I pivoted and I moved on, and it's morphed into what I'm doing now today with bespoke backdrops and branding, and further with my mentorship for creative professionals like yourself probably. So what is your time worth? Sometimes at the very beginning of your journey, your career journey, your time actually isn't worth very much, but you should still value it as really valuable learning time where all kinds of ideas are formed, where you get to hone your craft. And it's not so much about the money, even though it should be, and it is eventually, but there's lots to say for doing something because it will teach you something. And then when you learn that something, you can then start charging more, and then your time is worth more.